Perfect, dude. And we are rolling. We are live. This is DuffTown. Welcome to DuffTown. This is the Duff Law YouTube channel sponsored by my company, The Business LLC, spelled Bizzzness. Go over to Canvas Business, spelled the same way, canvasbusiness.com, and support the channel, support the company, and support veterans. Today, we have one of my oldest friends, Josh Gresh. He was a Navy SEABEE. I think he was also a police officer. And now he's currently, from my last that I know, I think, are you into doing your construction stuff now? Is that what you're getting into these days?
Yeah, owner and operator of my own construction company.
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
So,
dude, we
how.
we met in um, this is gonna sound weird, but we met in 1998, my guy.
Whoa! 98. Gee,
Yeah,
I was born in 91, so that means I was 7, I think.
yeah, I was 6.
6 and 7 years old.
Yeah,
So the literally my brother. We grew up together, so I would say we're brothers for sure.
absolutely, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where exactly are you at these days, my guy? Because I'm still in the state that we ended up meeting in, which is Pennsylvania, land
Yeah.
of the free, home of the badass, and you've been all over the place.
Yeah, actually where I'm at now, I am in the Bahamas on an island called Andros Island. That's where I've got this studio. It's like an efficiency apartment that I've turned into a studio.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
it's
Check the owner's log. Just make sure that the name Epstein is nowhere near that island, and you should be good to go.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he was on Andros. There's nothing here.
There's absolutely nothing there.
No, there's
Just one
maybe.
silo with a manhole that goes into an underground chamber that links
ex-
every single one of them islands off of Florida.
That's right. That's right. So
How
yeah,
much
I
longer are
like
you
to.
there?
I'll be here probably. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. It's undetermined. Undetermined at this time. Probably at least till the end of this year. Or unless I find something certain to, go venture out and do. Um, but yeah, I like that you started talking about the beginning of our friendship together. I like to try to go chronologically with these episodes. We met in 1998. I remember I graduated and left and kind of was just on my own thing for a bit. What was your next move after high school and stuff? Did you graduate from homeschool or did you go to high school for at
I
all?
I graduated out of the homeschoolers department of the public school. So like I had all the same school and stuff, but because I was working so much in my dad's construction company, um, that I wasn't actually going to the school to do my homework, and I basically invented working remotely from home back in the '90s. But
Nice.
yeah, I graduated from the Pennsylvania Homeschoolers Association, Hazleton area high school district. So um, after I graduated high school, I graduated in May of 2010. In July of 2010, I went into the police academy, graduated the police academy in December of 2010. Went on a year long kind of hiatus. I was working on a potato and corn farm for about a year and a half as I was trying to dip into the Navy. I joined the Navy officially um, in December of 2011.
And was your initial job in the Navy was that CB? Join the
Yeah,
CBs?
It's the combat engineers of the Navy is the SEABEEs. Yes.
Yeah, they're the badasses. They build shit anywhere on the globe with
It's
any
funny
sort of
because
equipment.
like, oh, you were in the Navy. What ship were you on? I was like, no, 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 no. I deployed with crayon munchers. Like well, I was
Yeah.
one. I was one of them myself. Like I may or may not have picked up a box of crayons in my time.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't doubt it, dude. So Seabees and the Navy. Wait, did you say you went to police academy before that?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So you went
My
to the police
initial goal,
academy.
my goal was to play college ball and go from there, but that quickly fleeted itself. Um, my parents were at that threshold where I wasn't getting grants and I wasn't smart enough via grade wise to get academic scholarships. And I had absolutely nothing, sport wise going for me. So it was an interesting hiatus. But
Yeah.
yeah, very shortly after that, I was like, okay, the next thing I want to do is military service. So went immediately that route.
And that was after did you finish the police academy and did you not did you become a police officer or
No, I did not. Um, the reason I didn't was because you have to take so my Act 120, which is the local police officer course that you have to have in order to become a state police officer. Once you take the state exam, you have 2 years to obtain a badge basically or a job, or that Act 120 is no longer good and you have to go through a bunch of courses again in order to reobtain it. So
oh
because I
gotcha.
knew I didn't want to be a police officer for the rest of my life and I wanted to do the service first, I never went and took the state final test. Like I graduated, I have the diploma, the certificate, and all that other stuff, but I never went and took the state test so that I didn't have to take a job up being a police officer in order to maintain that position. So I could go right now, take the state test, and go become a police officer without having to take any other course of action.
Sweet. That's pretty
With
cool.
the situation the world is in right now and what I know politically after my endeavors in the service and educating myself, I will never be a police officer in this um, whole mess.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that one. I've been tempted a few times to join the police officer squads in different states and stuff. I took the actual tests in Ohio and there was another place that I did it too. The PT tests, the preliminary. I think
Yeah.
Hawaii, Ohio, and Hawaii
Wow.
PT tests and stuff. But I never ended up following through. I was just like, I don't think being a cop is for me. I'm not interested at all.
Right.
Uh,
Honestly, dude, and not to digress, but it just came down to a very simple question in my mind, and it's um, what is the ratio of people they help versus hurt?
mm-hmm.
It never made any sense to me whatsoever.
No, it really
They'll give
doesn't.
somebody a $300 citation for their light being out on their vehicle instead of going and buying the $5 light and helping them replace it.
Yeah, like that's absolutely absurd if you ask me. It's like I could never see myself writing citations to people like that. Like it
It's not
just makes
helping.
no sense.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to the Constitution too, like pulling people over for practicing their right of freely traveling through the country.
Right. Dude, if we go down that rabbit hole, I mean, I've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the United States, which is a corporation, it's not even a country, um,
Yeah.
it operates fraudulently because it doesn't abide by its own. There is no American Constitution. So everyone's like, "Oh, I'm an American and I, support the Constitution." It's like America doesn't have a constitution. You have the United States Constitution, the
Yeah.
Constitution of the United States. But these people, and I've been fighting this system for a long time now, only only to hold them accountable because they act outside of their own rule book. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, here's the rules. We're just not going to follow any of them.
Yeah, anyone in the government is above what the laws of the peasants are.
Yeah. So that's what I've actually spent a lot of my time doing is battling that system, which I learned the majority of in the police academy. One of the most freeing things I ever did was actually read the Constitution of the United States because I was sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a second, I learned in the police academy, A, B, and C. As soon as you
Yeah.
hash those things out, you're like, none of this makes sense.
Yeah. It's
It's
all
completely
backwards.
contradictory.
Uh-huh. Jeez. So Seabees, let's talk about Navy a little bit. How many deployments did you do, and where were they to, my friend?
I did 3 deployments. I went to 7 countries. Um,
7 countries. Wow.
yes, I went to Australia, New Zealand, the Pacific Islands of Tonga, Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, and oh, what's the one I'm missing? I was in Hawaii, but that's a part of the United States. I'll just put it this way: I've been to all 50 states because I have been to Hawaii. Oh, and Alaska. I went to there too.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, the Alaska trip was kind of shitty. It
Mm,
was just white in the middle of winter, and we didn't even get off the plane, but I was there.
the middle of winter in Alaska. Man, yeah, that sounds like it might be rough.
You couldn't see anything. I literally was looking out the window, and it was just, I mean, white out. And they're like, "We're in
So,
Alaska." I was like, "Yep, this is exactly how I pictured it."
yeah. Among all these different places that you've been, do you have one place that you would want to return to, or one that you would rank in the top? What?
Ooh,
Let's go with both. Which one would you want to go back to, and which one was your favorite to go to?
I would definitely go back to the Pacific Islands of Tonga because it is basically Australia and New Zealand's Hawaii without rules. The Tongan
Nice.
government is so small, and they call white people palongis there, which means from the sky. So you're basically
What?
a god. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
When the
God.
ships first were coming across the ocean, they thought that they were dropping out of heaven instead of
That's,
coming
dude,
through the horizon.
y-
So they literally call white people in their language they
the
call us
sky
from the
people
heavens.
from the heavens.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny. I don't know if you've seen any of the Avatar movies, but the blue Na'vi creatures, they call the humans the sky people in that whole story. Both of those
Wow.
Avatar movies. It's
Dude,
pretty funny.
interesting enough, um, there is a gentleman who was a Satanist and he was a painter, and he closed himself in his basement, and he was like praying to the devil or whatever that he wanted to see the face of his master, so he wanted him in complete darkness to take control of his body and make a painting of what the devil looked like.
Yeah.
And if you see the picture, like, you can actually look that story up. I don't remember the guy's name or anything. It
Hmm.
is an avatar.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's like it's identical, which is really weird. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, that is pretty creepy.
There's really no
Fucking
reason for
like
it, but
blue and everything.
yeah, weird. But the one I had the most fun in was Korea. Honestly, like on the brink of war, nothing, because that was when Kim Jong Un was throwing landmines and stuff across the border, and we were like inches away. I'll put it this way: I was going through training in Korea that was so top secret that you
Oh shit.
knew you knew that shit was about to hit the fan. That's the only reason I was being shown certain things.
Yeah.
And So like during that time, we're like, well, I'm definitely drinking this weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm saying never
Well,
see a bar ever again.
definitely gotta have something to drink for sure. That makes sense. So
So
in Korea and all these countries, be it the SEABEE, what were the projects that you were working on? Were you having to like build things in each of these places you were at, or?
it was a BS project just for us to be there and have something to do. We were building a cold storage unit in Korea.
Oh, gotcha.
Our purpose for being in Tonga was to fulfill a 60 or like 57-year-old promise, which was during World War II to build up.
I'm losing you. Think I lost you, dude. You broke up. I think you might be back now.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm headed through a rough spot. If you lose me, I should be back in like literally 3 minutes.
All right, yeah. But I heard last I heard was you guys were fulfilling like a 67-year-old promise in Tonga.
Yeah, it was to build a disaster relief center for them that was promised for them during World War II, the Pacific Fleet.
Okay, gotcha.
So the U.S. government was like,
And we lost him again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can wait. Can we wait it out? Ah, that's the question. Do we wait it out? Do we hang up? Try again. Yeah, we lost the connection. Man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to end it just yet. I'm not going to give up hope. Josh Gresh, ladies and gentlemen, we've been friends literally since I was or 7, and he was 6. Grew up together. We were homeschooled in the Hazleton and Berwick area. I ended up going to the Berwick area high school and graduating from there. Josh and my older brother and younger brother both graduated from the I think is stands for the Schoolers Association of the Hazleton area. We might have him back.
boom, baby.
Yo, he's back.
Sorry about
Josh
that.
is like, yeah, share the video.
You live in the backside of mountains. You can never tell where the service comes or goes.
Oh, definitely. No, I got you back. I didn't cut off the recorded, so we are still rolling.
Rolling.
And yeah, that only took about a minute or two. That's not bad at all, homie.
No, it's like I said, it's a very small stretch, but it's dead.
Yeah. So let's talk about where you're heading now. Where are you off to? You going snowboarding? Oh shit. Oh shit.
Go ahead. I just missed that last part. You said talk about what?
Talk about where you're off to now. Did I hear you say you're going snowboarding before we got this thing started?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Jack Frost.
Nice, man. So you got a good layer of snow, good layer of powder.
Yeah, there's definitely, especially in the higher elevations when we get out there, because on the lower end of things, there's about probably 6 inches on the ground. So if we get up
Nice.
in a mountain and stuff where they're doing a lot of maintenance and stuff, there'd probably be some real nice powder and stuff up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna get up to do some snowboarding again, but definitely at some point. This
I would,
past year, I've been trying to get
yeah,
back in shape. I'm back down to 218 this week.
bro, that's awesome. I'm so happy
Yeah,
to hear that.
yeah, me too. I've been feeling great.
My favorite version of you was probably when you were in the shittiest time of your life, but it was when you were in Kabul.
2-8, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was
we're
rough.
talking like the lowest of low, but dude, you looked great. You looked
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's for sure. Going through a breakup will do that to you, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, they always say there's two things that'll get a man in a gym, and it's heartbreak or being broke.
Yeah, yeah,
Either way, you'll be at the bottom when you get in there, and then you have to fall in love with it.
that's right. I'm trying to, yeah, I've been doing some running. I've been doing this program with an app called Run. The app literally just does pretty much walks you through your running program, but I do my own workout program after I do the running. Um, and I've been starting to take cold plunges. I got one of them ice baths from Amazon, and because
Wow,
I get free ice out here, so it's affordable to do
that's
it.
cool. How does
Yeah.
that? Have you seen any like benefits from that?
Yeah, definitely. For me anyway, because of my surgeries and having all this extra weight I've been having to work off.
Yeah,
Uh, like my knees and ankles and spine will just be killing me after a run. But I started jumping in that tub that's like 40 something degrees after
okay,
my runs, and it pretty much just numbs everything. And I'll try to, the longest I've been able to stay in is 10, 15 minutes. But whenever I'm done, I feel like I feel like I got a new body. It's something wild. It's a feeling I haven't felt before other than the surgeries, you know? Like it's definitely a pretty
yeah,
profound experience, you know, freezing everything and then hopping out and pretty much thawing back out again.
that's awesome, dude. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, it was just kind of
Yeah.
a craze for a while. I was wondering if there was any like validity to it, because you know how people just jump on bandwagons, but
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
know if there was actually like the benefits and stuff there that everybody was fussing and ranting and raving about.
Yeah, I think it gives one of the best ones for me is just numbing the pain, you know.
Yeah,
And I think one of the other things it does is, you know, it makes your heart work. It makes puts your body into like survival mode, basically. To you know, it needs to preserve its heat, and the colder you are around your skin, immediately, it's you know the harder your body has to work to maintain that, and the more chemicals get released in your brain to put your body in survival mode, basically.
right.
Kind of like like forcing your body to produce those chemicals
Yeah.
and level everything out and keep your warmth and whatnot.
Huh. Well, that's a lot of benefits and stuff there. There's a guy that I want. I'll show you some videos and stuff I've come across. I've been watching him for quite a while, but he's a chiropractor down in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this summer I'm going to make a weekend of it, kind of like a birthday present to myself. And um, I'll send you, like I said, some of the videos and stuff of the patients and stuff that he's seen. But dude, there's people with like herniated discs, like multiple herniated discs, walking sideways and stuff, shooting pain down their legs, and after like one or two treatments, dude, like these people are in tears because their pain is like gone that they felt for 20 some plus years.
It's speaking of chiropractors, something that really helped me for throughout my recovery. Not last year, I think it was the year before, maybe even almost 3 years ago now, when Gordy took me to his chiropractor in Jacksonville. But yeah, I went
Okay.
there probably once a week for close to half a year, and that definitely huge benefits from, chiropractic care, especially dealing with injuries like you were saying and stuff like that.
This guy does a decompression um, method that they call the ringer, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. Like I watch these videos and I'm just like, that is exactly what I need.
Hmm. Yep. Down in Texas, you said?
Yeah, it's in Dallas, Texas. I have friends and stuff down there as well, so we don't have to like it. It won't be too expensive. The only thing you'll have to do is get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
You're gonna pay to get there and get back, and whatever
Nice.
spending money you want to spend while you're there, because Billy Bob's is right down the road.
Hell yeah. Let's get back to talking about I think we covered your Navy and your before the Navy and right after the Navy. Was that when you started your adventures in the construction region? In the civilian sector?
Yeah, when I got out of the Navy, I took up a job as an assistant superintendent building apartment complexes in Los Angeles, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, I was comfortable there, but I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do longevity. And God pulled me out of that situation. Company went through layoffs. I was, last one hired, first one laid off, and I took that opportunity to come back home because I never lived as an adult here. Like the Navy
Yeah.
took me out to California at 19 years old, so my entire young adult life was spent out there,
Yeah.
and that's why a lot of people are like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, Jay Gresh, and they're like, where are you from?" And I'm like, "Here." They have no idea.
Yeah, you've just been
But yeah,
absent for a good amount of time.
yeah, just
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah.
But in the most like, I would say, probably the most crucial time in your life for going out and making, social relationships. I was
Oh
gone for
yeah,
all those years.
definitely.
So like right after high school, I was in a police academy, just buried in that work, and then dipped out to the Navy. Like there was no chance to get to know me after high school.
Definitely. I get that. For sure.
Yeah, when I
So
came back, when I, when I came back, I had all aspirations of getting another job and going back out west, and then COVID hit because I came back in the end of 2008.
might be losing you again. Come on. Like a connection. There it is. We're
Well,
back.
COVID happened because I had all aspirations of going back out there, and I was like, I do not want to be in California during this time, like while this is all getting figured out. So I stayed put. I was doing odd and end jobs with different companies here and there, and then I got for
And
an
we're not back
HVAC
anymore.
company because that's oh,
There
I
we
can hear
go.
you and everything.
We're back again.
So I got a job working as an HVAC technician. That's the one thing in construction I didn't have any experience in.
Yeah.
And so for the last 3 years, I did that. That kind of came to a head where I was like, all right, I've gone as far as I can in this company with where I want to be. And then that's when I started talking to you about forming an LLC and going on business ventures because I know that's something that you've been doing for the last probably 5 years.
Yeah, and I've just this year started another LLC with another guy by the name of Joe Lasasso. He and myself and the business are starting a company called Gorilla Grunts Outfitters. Did you catch any of that?
Uh, the last, didn't say it one more time.
The company we're starting this year is called Gorilla Grunts Outfitters.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see where the near future goes with like not only politics but just um, like everything coming to a head right now. Because one of two things is either going to happen: we're going to be able to capitalize in the position and like age group and stuff that we're at, or
Mm-hmm.
we're just going to literally be in an absolute nightmare. Which
Yep.
I'm kind of down for either one.
It could go either way.
Yeah.
It's a
Yes.
50-50 shot. We're either going to do great or we're going to be absolutely fucked.
Yes. And that is exactly how I view this entire thing.
Uh-huh. That's funny. Chris is one of his sayings over the past like 5 years about literally everything. Like, oh, it's a 50-50 shot. 50% chance to do it's either going to work or it's not. It's either going to happen or it's not. The world's either going to end or it's not every day.
That that's a great that is a great representation of yes, exactly what's going on.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, we just hit 31 minutes. So I want to go ahead and take this time to thank you, Josh, for being willing to do this episode of DuffTown and sharing a little bit of your life story with the YouTube channel. So, you got any closing remarks you wanna add?
Yeah, super excited for the future. Get your butt back up here so we can have some fun together, and um, obviously stay cool down there where it's real hot.
Yeah, buddy. We're gonna have to do another episode in person
Yes, absolutely,
for
and dive a
sure.
little bit deeper into some things. Obviously, my life's all over the place and a little boring, but the world is interesting, and I know a lot about it. So we'll
Hell
definitely
yeah, man.
do another catch up. But not talking to you for so long, it's hard not to dive into like just personal talk.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I said, thanks again for doing this. And yeah, you're the man. It's been an honor speaking to you and having you share, a bit of your story with the YouTube channel. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the recording, but you don't have to hang up. But that's
Awesome.
it. That's it for the DuffTown show. Subscribe to the channel. Go to canvasbusiness.com and buy canvas to support veterans and to support the business. Alrighty. Bye bye.